Oil spills in the Amazon kill the plants, animals. Drilling ruins the way of life for the natives and can destroy the soil.
Chevron and Texaco use a drilling method that pumps excess waste into the ground, saving money for the company.
You can smell and feel the oil in the soil.
The natives of the Amazon use the river for transportation, fishing, and bathing.
They can't use it at all when the river is flooded by oil.
The people of Ecuador signed a petition with over 700,000 signatures, yet the government of Ecuador overruled it and continued to drill.
President Rafael Correa promised that all oil drilling profits would be used for poverty alleviation. Even after this was said, most people are still against the oil drilling.
Another petition was signed by many nations, and President Rafael Correa still rejected the petition and only did that for the money.
Chevron stated that a U.S. lawyer used bribery to win an $18 billion judgment against Chevron from a court in Ecuador.
The government of Peru declared an environmental state of emergency when oil had reached their part of the Amazon.
Besides the people being affected from the oil, the animals get it the worst.
This seabird was covered in oil off the coast of Peru from the Amazon River. These pelicans are smothered in oil from the Amazon.
Here's a newscast about the Ecuador oil drilling and the cause of it.
Chevron faces a $27 billion lawsuit in Ecuador for allegedly dumping massive amounts of oil into the Amazon rainforest. But Chevron says not so fast. It didn't create this spill in the first place. And the company says the lawsuit is plagued by massive fraud. Well, Fox's Steve Harrigan is streaming live from Quito, Ecuador. Hi, Steve.
Hetty Ann, so far this case has been portrayed in the media as a David versus Goliath. A giant oil company creates a toxic mess and then leaves. But the real facts of the case might be more complicated. You can find oil everywhere in northern Ecuador, across a chunk of the Amazon jungle the size of Rhode Island. In lakes, in rivers, in roads, under grass, even underneath houses. Dig a few inches down, and there are globs of oil. Wherever you go through this part of the jungle, you see these black pools. This is the mud that came up with the production of the oil. So you can see when you stick this down, it is about 10 feet deep right where I'm standing, and it just doesn't go away. This pool of oil and mud here is from 1974. There is a $27 billion legal battle now over two simple questions. Is the oil killing the people who live here? And if so, who is to blame?
We drank the water, we ate the fish. Then Texaco told us not to bathe here. And then my son was born, like this.
Chevron says the lawsuit is a shakedown based on fraudulent documents and not backed up by any real scientific studies.
They haven't presented in court the name of a single victim, a single medical diagnosis, or a single death certificate to substantiate claims that Texaco's operations killed people.
Chevron says it's getting blamed for spills by Ecuador's national oil company. They say they spent $40 million 20 years ago to clean up its share of the mess. Patty Ann, back to you.
Steve Harrigan live in Ecuador. Thank you.
Closer to home, we get a new...
Help stop the oil drilling in the Amazon rainforest by spreading this video. It's not worth it to have animals, plants, and people die from oil drilling.